Greetings, Professor McKee here with another quick Excel tip your finance professor wishes you knew. In this video, we will learn how to use several functions in Excel to find the payback period for a capital budgeting question. In any intro finance class, you will have a unit on capital budgeting, and we professors will always have questions where we give you the schedule of cash flows for an investment project and ask you to use a decision rule, sometimes the payback period, to determine if the project will be started. So if you want to ace those questions, this video is for you. I've prepared here a standard question asking us to find the payback period. And because it's complicated, I have already filled out everything for us. But to get started, we want to put in our timeline, our schedule of cash flows. So we have initial expense of $400,000. That's at year 0. And then we have positive cash flows of $100,000, $120,000, $125,000, $130,000, and $135,000 for years 1 through 5. We are told the WACC, but for payback period, that doesn't matter. What really matters is the maximum payback period of 3 years, which we'll be using as comparison. Now, if we want to solve for payback period in Excel, we can start with here at row 8 with our cumulative cash flows. So I'm going to be adding up all of our cash flows without doing time value of money discounting until we see when we flip over to 0. So year 0 is just year 0. My cumulative value for year 1, I take the value from year 0 and I add my cash flow in year 1. So B8 plus C6. And now that I have that set up, I can drag forward. And year 2 is going to grab my cumulative value from year 1. It's going to add 120,000 from year 2. And it's going to keep doing that. So we can manually see that it flips from negative to positive right here in year 3 versus year 4. So our payback period is happening sometime between year 3 and year 4. If you want to have an Excel function do this for you, xmatch can look that up for you. So the lookup value is going to be 0. That's we're looking for when it flips from negative to positive. So 0 is when that happens. And our lookup array is just our cumulative cash flows. Our match model is telling us that we're looking from negative to positive. Search model by default, we're going to start at the very first value here, which is exactly what we want. And xmatch will then tell us which number on which column is the first one where we have that flip. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th column is when this happens, but we want year 4 because we start at year 0. So I subtract by 1 to make the accounting there correct. And we get year 4. Now, if we are really lucky, year 4 is exactly 0. And then we're done. But for most payback period questions, it happens sometime between year 3 and year 4, which is the case here. We started with negative 55,000 cumulative in year 3. We get to 75,000 cumulative in year 4. So what we want to do is take and find the value, when exactly it happens during this time for our exact payback amount. The standard assumption is that this 130,000, which is causing us to flip over to positive, is earned uniformly the same amount each day, each month during that year. Potentially unrealistic depending on the company, but we don't know what company we're working with normally. So as an assumption, that is what we can do. Now to do that, we just take the absolute value of our cumulative amount in year 3, and then we divide it by F6, which is the amount that we are actually earning. So 55,000 divided by 130,000. If we then add back in the base amount of 3 years, B10 minus 1, it's going to be 3 plus whatever fractional amount, 55,000. That's the amount we needed to earn out of 130,000. And so we get 3.42. So 4 minus 1 is 3 plus 0.42. And that is how long it took to earn back that $400,000 to build this warehouse. We would then potentially be done if the question is merely asking for us to find the payback period. However, in this case, the question asks us, should we build the warehouse? We need to do the actual comparison here. So we would take payback period amount of 3.42, we compare it to our maximum of 3. Well, 3.42 is greater than 3. So this would not be a good decision for the company to build a warehouse. It's going to take too long to pay back our initial expense. Now we have used cell references here. I did this X match as well as this custom with the absolute values, so that if we had changes, if we had a different set of cash flows here, we could still find the payback period automatically. We would just need to update cash flow and not need to update anything else. So if there is an additional question that your professor decides to throw at you where you need to find payback period, you can take this template and apply it to that problem too. So with those functions, xmatch, absolute value, and those user-defined functions, you can now find the payback period for any question your professor might throw at you. If you found this video helpful, please comment, like, and/or subscribe so other students can find this too. Happy study.